Hey guys, and welcome to Jackie's Garden Spot. I am Jackie, growing in Zone 8B, Alabama. Welcome in to my new subscribers here. Welcome to our big happy family, and to my returning subscribers. Hey guys, how are you doing today? And on today's video, we will be doing the onion sets that we received from Dixie Dale Farm. We will plant those out today. We will also plant out some yellow potatoes today, and we will look at some experiments for 2025. I think I discussed them on the last seed haul. So guys, come on, let's get started for today. So I am uncovering the garden as I'm planting out, and our onion sets will go down this row right here. And as I loosen up the soil, add the amendments to it, I'll come back and give you an update. Stay tuned, guys. Okay, guys, I have my row neat put in place. As you can see, I've already made the holes for the onions. I did add the fertilizer in, and these are my onions. Pull them from drying flat to putting them in, soaking them in water, and so now we're ready to plant those in. So stay tuned. So with these onions, I'm going to go in and put one set in each hole and keep going that way, guys. So when you're planting out onions, or when I'm planting out onions as a root, you're supposed to just leave a little of the white showing. It is supposed to rain here tomorrow, so I'm going to go in today and water in lightly, and then after the rain comes, then I will come back in with a little fish emulsion, because since the soil will be wet, the roots will be able to uptake the nutrients better when I put in the fish emulsion fertilizer. So that's my thought process on this. Hopefully that will work to give them the maximum amount of nutrients in order to have a healthy start here. That's a very good root on that particular onion. So guys, this is all that I'm doing here, planting out our onions, and stay tuned, guys. Okay, we are planted in and watered in, guys, and so it's looking good. And so my thought process about the other part of it is that we didn't have anything to plant in here today. However, we will eventually. So what I'm going to do is to keep the weeds out of it and to keep it looking good, and I've already put down some of the fertilizer, I'm just going to lightly cover it back up so that when we are ready to plant out in it in a couple of weeks or so, it's ready. It doesn't need any tilling or turning over of the soil. So stay tuned, guys, for the next one. Guys, while I'm out in this spot of the garden, I'm also going to go ahead and clean up all of the things that were affected from the snow day that we had here. So I'm pulling that up and just cleaning out the garden spot here. I don't know about this. I may leave it. They are turnips, so I may leave them. They may do okay. And I noticed that I had one tree collet that's still holding on. So I'm going to fertilize that one and see if I can save it. So stay tuned, guys. Okay, we're getting ready to plant in the yellow potatoes, and I've put in some garden tone into the soil to mix it in. And then I'm going to come in and make holes that are deep enough to plant in the potatoes. So this is one of the potatoes, and the potatoes should be planted in with the eye up. This one has 1, 2, 3 eyes, so I'm just going to plant this eye up in this one. This is another one, and you want to make sure you're planting them deep enough. Another potato, and this one is my last one, guys. I don't think that one is deep enough, and I've got to try that one again, and there we go. So all of those are planted in, guys. That one, yes. I'm going to try that one again. And normally with the potato, I'm just going to water them in and let them go. So these yellow potatoes normally take anywhere from 75 to 90 days before they are ready to be harvested. I will mark on my calendar today. And another way to tell whether they are ready or not is when the leaves will start to die back on those potatoes. You know that they are ready. So when the leaves die all the way back, then you know that they are ready to be harvested. And moving on to the next thing, guys. Hey guys, we're waiting on our moringa seeds to get the shell to soften up. Remember, we have moringa. This is the dwarf variety. They're going to be on the heat mat for another 24 hours. Hopefully the seeds will soften up and then we'll be ready to plant those. So it's starting to look closer. Even the leaves are edible and even the leaves are nutritious. And let me try to find my notes here to tell you all about the moringa. It is known as the powerhouse of plants. It has just so many health benefits. The leaves can be used for tea. It's packed with antioxidants, a bunch of minerals, a bunch of vitamins and protein. It has all of the 8 essential amino acids. It has 7 times the amount of vitamin C found in oranges. It has 4 times the calcium of milk. It has 4 times the vitamin A of carrots and 3 times the potassium of bananas and essential trace minerals such as iron and zinc. The leaves can be chopped and dropped in the garden as a compost. The leaves can also be soaked for a few days in water and blended and used as a fertilizer, a liquid fertilizer in your garden. So just so many benefits. It's known as the superfood of the garden here, guys. So the downside that I found about the moringa when I was researching was that it is very hard to germinate. So I was looking at different methods of how people got the moringa seed to germinate online, and I found out that one of the ways to get them to germinate was to soak them in water for 24 hours using a heat mat. So that's exactly what I did, and I did show that to you previously on the video. So now we are ready to plant them in. I'm going to plant them in wet soil. The soil is wet, and I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 seeds. So I'm going to plant 2 seeds per container for me. And I think to get them to germinate quickly, it was saying to keep the soil really moist and wet to get them to germinate. They don't do well in cold weather at all. So I think I'm going to put them out in the greenhouse because it gets very heated out in the greenhouse if the sun is out. However, when it turns back cold, I will then bring them back inside, put them back on a heat mat if they have not germinated as of yet. But I think that they should germinate within, I think what I found out from my research was maybe 7 days. So we're going to do that today, and we'll see what happens from there, guys. So I'm going to just make 2 holes on each side of these containers and see if I can show you those holes. If you can see those holes very well. One is right there and the other one is over here. And so I'm just going to drop, let me show you how the seeds look. The seeds are very big. And so I'm just going to drop 1 seed over here, 1 seed there. No, I had only 8, not 10. Okay, and then I'm just going to cover those here. And that's the moringa, guys. I'm going to label that so that I will know exactly what it is. And then we'll be ready to move along to the Roselle. Give me 1 second, guys, and I will come back. These are the seeds for the Roselle. And it's no particular order. I'm just making sure that the Roselle the seeds made contact with the soil, and I just pressed them down lightly. I'm now covering some soil over those seeds, and that's it. I'm going to lay the Roselle here, and I'm going to bring you around so that you can see the finished results, guys. Give me 1 second here. So that's what we have. We have the Roselle and we have the moringa, and we are on our way to the greenhouse, guys. Stay tuned. Okay, guys, we have them in place inside of the greenhouse. Nice. So, guys, I am hopeful that you found something here at the garden spot that you can use in your own garden spot. And if so, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to see more content from me. Until the next episode, guys, bye.